In just a few days from now, we will be privileged in Yirtzeh Hashem to begin to celebrate the Yom Tov of Pesach. We will sit at the Seder table this coming Shabbos night, and the second Seder for those of us in Chutz La'aretz on Motzei Shabbos. And we will not simply remember that which occurred. We won't simply remember the fact that we were taken out from Egypt, that we were slaves for 210 years and then emancipated thousands of years ago. But rather, again, as the Gemara tells us, Chayiv Adam Liros es Atzmo Ki'ilu Hu Yatsa Mimitzrayim. We are obligated to see ourselves as if we have left Egypt. We are obligated to re-experience the Exodus, not as a historical event, but as a contemporary event. And this, of course, is an incredibly profound idea. Namely, and I mentioned this many times before, that all of us are in our own Mitzrayim. All of us are in our own bondage. All of us are held captive by something. And as we celebrate the fact that our ancestors went free from the bondage which incarcerated them for 210 years, we celebrate the fact that we too have the courage, we too have the ability, we too have the strength to emerge from our personalistic Egypt as well, to go ahead and leave behind the things that are holding us back in order to embrace a beautiful, not yet written, unwritten future, to embrace a whole realm of different possibilities. But first I have to leave Mitzrayim in order to be able to embrace that beautiful future that I don't even know. I don't even know what it's about. I don't even know what it contains, but I know that it's waiting for me. I just have to find the courage to leave behind the things that are holding me back so I can embrace that which awaits. But how do we do it? I find that we often speak about the same dynamics year in, year out. Again, nothing new. Chayiv Adam Liros es Atzmo Ki'ilu Yatsa Mimitzrayim. Over the course of the night of the Seder, I have to view myself as being emancipated. We feel many things over the course of the Seder. Tired, hungry, hopefully a little bit inspired. But do we ever really truly feel free? Do we ever truly feel free? As we go through the Seder, do I feel that weight of bondage and servitude lifted off me? If I'm able to contemplate and to think about the things that are really holding me back. So over the course of the Seder, I want to feel free, but how? How do I activate this mechanism? How do I activate this process of being able to leave my Egypt behind and embracing something new? And I saw a beautiful story, a beautiful Maisa. It's a Maisa actually that's attributed to a couple of different Hasidic masters, but I'm going to go with the first way I saw. The great Tzaddik Reb Levi Yitzchak Berdichev had an interesting minhag, an interesting custom, that when he would finish his Seder, he would take a stroll with his gabbai throughout the streets of Berdichev. He wanted to hear the Sdarim, the Seder of the common man. You see, the Rebbe was of the belief that sometimes, right, who is wise? He who learns from every person. And sometimes you can learn so much from the simplest of people. When we get so smart and we get so intellectual, okay, but sometimes simple people, they know what they know, they know what they don't know. Sometimes there's so much purity, there's so much holiness to be gleaned. So the Rebbe used to like to walk through the streets of Berdichev and just hear what's going on. Let me hear this one say, that one say there. So the story goes that one year the Rebbe is out on Pesach night, strolling through the streets of Berdichev, and he passes by the home of a simple Jew. And this man was up to the section of the Arba Banim, the 4 sons. And we know for many of us, this is actually one of the most profound parts of the Seder, probably because all of us find ourselves in one of these sons, or probably better stated, all of us find all 4 elements of these sons in us. The Haggadah says, Kineged Arba Banim Dibra Torah. The Torah speaks to 4 different types of sons, 4 different children. Echad Chacham, Echad Rasha, Echad Tam, the Echad She'enei Yodea Lishal. One is a Chacham, a wise son. One is a Rasha, a wicked son. One is a simple son. And one is a son who doesn't even know how to speak. So the Rebbe hears that this Chassid, right, this simple Jew, I don't know if it was a Chassid, not a Chassid, a simple Jew is about. And he begins his Seder like this. Kineged Arba Banim Dibra Torah. Torah spoke neged, and he goes, Echad Chacham, Echad Rasha, so on and so forth for the Tamishtain of the Shal. My dear friends, that's the way we say Echad by Shema. When we say Shema in the morning, we're supposed to go ahead and elongate the word Echad. And when Echad means one, and when we say the Aleph, we're supposed to think about the oneness of Hashem. The Ches 8, numerical value 8, we're supposed to think about the 7 rakios, the 7 levels of the heavens, and the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu rests on the 8th level, above everything else. When we say the Daled and elongate the Daled, we're supposed to remember that Hashem exists in all 4 directions, all 4 corners of the world. And so when we say Shema, we say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. And the halacha is you're supposed to elongate the word. So this Jew is saying his Seder, and he says, Echad Chacham, Echad Rasha, Tam, Shena de Elishal. And the Gabbai starts chuckling. He says, oh, what an Amaretz. Right? What an ignorant guy. Remember, again, this is the day before Art Scroll Haggadahs. So what does he have? The guy's probably just reading the text. So he sees Echad. He associates the Echad with the Echad of Shema. And so he says the Echad just like it. So the Gabbai begins to chuckle at the ignorance of this simple Jew. Levi Yitzchak has his eyes closed, lost deep in thought. And he turns to his Gabbai and he said, did you hear the Gadlos? Did you hear the greatness of what this simple Jew just said? Kineged arba banim dibra Torah. There are all different kinds of Jews. There are chachamim, wise and pious Jews. There are Rishaim, unfortunately wicked Jews, Jews who have lost their way. There are Tam Jews, Jews who are just ignorant, simple. And there are Jews who are so ignorant they don't even know that they're ignorant. She'ena de Elishal. But inside of each of those Jews is the Echad, is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Inside of every single Jew is the Echad, is the oneness of Hashem. That Echad resides in me, whether I'm a Chacham, a Rasha, a Tam, and a She'ena Yodeh Lishol. No matter what state I am in life, the Echad, the Ribono Shel Olam, the one, the Melech Machi Hamlochim, Avinu Shabashamayim, Avinu Malkeinu, he rests inside of me. Whether I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing or not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, whether I'm performing or not performing, overperforming, underperforming, whatever it is, the Shechina HaKidosha rests inside of me. The Rebbe said, all these years I've been saying this passage, and never once did it dawn on me that the Echad that the Haggadah is referring to is not saying one son is a wise son, one son is a wicked son. It's saying the Echad, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, resides in the Chacham. The Echad, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, resides in the Rasha. The Echad, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, resides in the Tam. The Echad, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, resides in the She'eno Yodea Lishol. HaKadosh Baruch Hu resides in each of us. Sometimes we come to the Seder, and I open up this section, and the truth is I'm not sure who I am. I'd like to think I'm the Chacham, but I'm not a Chacham. I'd like to even think at least I'm just a Tam, but often I'm not even a Tam. Am I a Rasha? I don't know. I make a lot of mistakes in life. I do a lot of really bad things. I do a lot of good things also, but I don't know how to look at myself. I often don't know how to view myself. And sometimes I make the mistake of thinking that because I don't always do the right thing, and I don't always make the right decisions, therefore the Shechina HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want anything to do with me. And I come to the Seder. And maybe it's Kedai to take on this minog of a simple Jew in Berdichev. Echad Chacham. And to remind myself that whatever state I'm in life, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with me. And maybe it's this realization that gives me the power to activate the change of Pesach. You see, a lot of times we don't change, or we don't go ahead and embrace our new potential freedom. We don't let go of the things that are holding us back because the truth is, sometimes we have a negative self-perception. We don't feel good about ourselves. We're not happy about ourselves. And we often assume that the Shechina probably is unhappy with me as well. And then I come to the Seder, and I say in the beginning of Magid, because this is towards the beginning, the Arba Banim, I say in the beginning of Magid, no matter where I am holding in life, no matter what I am doing or not doing, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Echad, is with me. And I say, wow, if the Shechina is with me no matter where I am in life, then there is no telling what I could accomplish. And you know what? I'm ready to make the changes. I'm ready to leave Mitzrayim. I'm ready to let go of the things that enslave me and ensnare me. I'm ready to move forward. Because if my God believes in me enough to be with me no matter what state I'm in, then I need to start believing in myself a little bit more as well. This is how we unlock the power of change on Pesach. The Echad is with me. Echad believes in me. I need to believe in myself and make the changes, embrace the freedom that is waiting for me. So I want to take this opportunity to wish everyone a Chag Kosher v'Sameach. It should be a beautiful Yom Tov. Whether you're away, enjoying Yom Tov with friends and family, or you're home, enjoying Yom Tov with friends and family, or maybe again, you just have a smaller Seder, different kind of circumstances. Some of us, even on Yom Tov, have to deal with the difficult realities of life, but wherever we are, may be Zochem Yirtzeh Hashem to find the ability to become free, to not simply celebrate that which occurred thousands of years ago, but to find our true personal freedom from the things that are holding us back. And the secret to that freedom is one word, the Echad. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu believes in us, maybe Zochem Yirtzeh Hashem to begin believing in ourselves as well. Wishing everyone a Chag Kosher v'Sameach, a beautiful Yom Tov, and a good Shabbos.